Welcome back, everybody, to the Gospel of Gin. Once again, I'm James Wolverton, your gin guy, genius, guy who enjoys gin and cocktails. How about that? And we're back to the Aviation and in a martini. And God, I'm going to start one more time. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. I'm the gin genius, or the gin guy, or a guy who just enjoys gin and cocktails. Yep, this is the Gospel of Gin. We're talking martinis, and we're back to the stage where last time when we were doing Negronis, it was aviation time. So let's see how aviation plays well in a martini. Now, aviation is national, unlike last week, and it is truly a celebrity product, unlike last week, although I'm a celebrity in my own house if you don't count my cat. But yeah, this is truly a celebrity product. Aviation, Ryan Reynolds. The formulation of the botanicals are based on what tastes best in an aviation. We found it was okay in a Negroni. I'm kind of curious on how it will work in a martini. Let's see how the balance is. Once again, I did the 3-to-1 ratio, mainly gin, some, the traditional vermouth. Not too dry where it's nothing but gin, but nothing too wet like I typically like, which is 2-to-1, but this tends to be the standard ratio. And of course, a lime, lemon, it's yellowish. So let's see, and of course our criteria, as always, is it balanced? B, if it's not balanced, what about the gin? Is it playing well with the others? And C, rating 1 to 5, and what I actually drink if it was on a menu and I was out and about. Odds are very strong you will find aviation at a majority of, for sure, your drinking establishments, all pretty much anywhere dive bar and above, you're going to find that. Not many dive bars, but everyday drinking and eating establishments should have this on their back bar. Now that that's all out of the way, hey guys, let's just actually taste it. It smells light. It smells really light, actually. I'm curious on the formulation, but let's get in here. It's still a little too light on the first blush. Out of whack. Yeah, it's out of whack. The gin's there. I mean, for such a small amount, the vermouth's really kind of bold in this. I'm not sure how I'm feeling. Let's give it a minute or two, swirl it around. But first impressions are not powerful. How about that? They're not great. So, second drink's there, it's kind of funny. I was thinking this before I was filming the episode. Gin is such a broad category for so many different ways you could play with those botanicals. I mean, there is the typical London Dry that we all know, but once you get out of the new American style, how does that play in cocktails? I think this works better in a martini than it did in a Negroni because it's lighter, and it's perfect for an aviation. I have at it. When we do the next round, when we do aviations, which is a classic gin cocktail, I know this will shine. This is okay. Is it an imbalance? Let's go through our criteria. Imbalance? No, not at all. The gin's a little too light. Kind of oddly, the vermouth's taking over, which is unusual. And for me, I prefer vermouth so it's not off-putting. But I think people who were looking for a well-balanced martini might just think it's, kind of my opinion, it's okay. There's nothing special. Nothing really wrong, just kind of there. So yeah, I would say just definitely it's the gin that's off on this. Rating 1 to 5. like a 2.5. I mean, if 3 is average, because we're doing 2.5 is average on 1 to 5, I average 2.5. Nothing off-putting or bad flavored about it, but nothing above average that I go, ooh, I want to come back to it. So let's go to, if I saw it on the bar, would I order it? No, I would not choose to put this gin in a martini. It's got to be the right formula for it to really work. I mean, once again, it's not, and this is a critique, and that's kind of what we do in these videos, is critique products. And I don't want to seem like I'm beating up on it, because I'm not. It's a great example of New American Gin. It just doesn't fit my forte in what I think my taste would be for a martini, which I think is pretty commonplace. Once again, is it bad? No, it's very average. Nothing wrong, but nothing to go, hey, it's certainly not drain pour at all. I will finish this. And I was about to say enjoy. I will finish this and be fine with it. It's extremely fine. It reminds me of my report card in junior high. Extremely fine. C. It's a C. From an A to an F, it's an extremely C, average, okay cocktail. It just, once again, the way the botanicals lay, and I think it just needs to be a little bit bolder. Maybe, and I think the New American style is focused on the other botanicals and less juniper. Sometimes you can go a little too far with the other botanicals. And this is also an older bottle, as you tell. It's been used for a while. Things do lose their luster after a while when things get oxygen in it, and it kind of gets a little bit flabby. Yeah, flabby and just kind of bland. So I'm kind of curious if that has something to do with it. I'm trying to make excuses because I really love Ryan Reynolds stuff. And typically it's a fine gin. Just today it's hitting me as extremely average. So that's my review. The sky is not the limit when you hit an Aviation for a martini. It's fine. But let's go back in for another drink. The notes I do have is very, very citrusy, very lemony, very, very forward for the gin. See. It's a 2.5. So on review, balance, no. Just a gin. Gin's a little too light to stand up in this cocktail, if you ask me. And that's kind of what we ran into with the Negroni. 1 to 5 is a 2.5 average. Would I order it? No. Will I finish it? Yes. So that's Aviation. I'm James. If you like watching guys, unfortunately, and not even pot shots. Once again, I think I'm being very gentle and kind. I've seen other reviewers just bang, and that's never what I want to do. I know the work that goes into making spirits, and I know every spirit and palate is like a snowflake. Everyone's going to be a little different. I can be tasting this and the next person down the road go, this is awesome. This is just one person's educated opinion to take, and I'm not saying don't try it. I'm just saying I won't. Boy, I'm sounding really apologetic, but it's just the way I am. I don't like negative reviews, even when, at least for my palate, it's accurate. So I will see you guys in a couple weeks. We'll follow the same formula. If you like people trying to dance around how they think things are average, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I will see you in a couple weeks. Enjoy your spirits responsibly, and cheers.